Hey guys, welcome back to another Auto-TerraFirmaCraft setup. Today I want to continue with the automatic charcoal farm. So we want to hook up some mechanical crafters to the bamboo farm to turn the bamboo to sticks, then into stick piles, and then in the end into charcoal. Okay, but we gotta actually turn this thing off because all the chests here in the back are filled with bamboo. The item vault is filled with bamboo. It's probably best to turn it off to not have all of this item lag. I'd also want to add a couple more sails to the system here, so we have a better stress unit generator, because all of those mechanical crafters will need to craft the bamboo to sticks and so on. Definitely will have to run at full speed since we're getting so much bamboo, and yeah, this will require a lot of stress units, so we need a couple more sails. I already soaked some jute. We have jute fiber available now. Now we need to turn it to burlap cloth. Last time I did it with the loom manually, which took about 10 minutes. But this time I was thinking we can definitely automate it. It's probably easier than the wool, because it doesn't do the extra step of trying to turn wool cloth into a wool block. That's why this should be actually quite simple. So we just need to add a chute and a chest here on top. And then the deployer will be supplied with the jute fiber and can't pick up the burlap cloth in the end. That's why we're gonna have a second deployer that's gonna also right-click the loom, turn the jute fiber into the burlap cloth, picks it up in the end, and then a second chute will just pick up the burlap cloth in the end and put it into the chest. Alright, so I'm just gonna run up the stairs there, add chute and chest. Just gotta empty the inventory. All of this bamboo everywhere. Get so much of this stuff. But at least if you look at the map, you can also see it there. Oh, just got dark. Got a round bamboo growing area. Okay. Let's do it. Chest on top. And jute fiber. Okay. Let's get back down. Now we just need to hook up the other deployer somehow. And all of the torches are off. Definitely once I got all of the mechanical crafters, the first thing I'm going to do is try to get the everlasting torches. Okay, here we'll probably need some gearboxes again. Where's even the... Yeah. Definitely need a vertical gearbox. There we go. Shaft upwards. I think the 3 gearboxes I brought are just enough. And then 2 more here. And another vertical one. Okay. Okay, now it's spinning. Okay, it says weaving progress 5 out of 12. Yeah, we can spam this as fast as you want. That's just the limit how fast this does it. Okay, picked it up, and it's in the chest. Okay, now we can actually Lex in the setup will do it for us. And that's all of it. So we got 24 burlap cloth from this setup. Yeah, okay, but I think this is a bit in the way here. Could maybe build this up separately, maybe on the first floor. Yeah, that would be an idea. So here I just want the normal setup again, because very often we need to craft something, I need a deployer for, which we need a depot below. I'm just gonna revert it. Okay, and the next thing we need to do is, where's the depot? Is to make a lot of mechanical crafters, because we need those, first of all for the crushing wheels, but also for the whole bamboo crafting setup. And those require crafting a workbench, cogwheel, and a brass casing, which requires a lot of brass ingots. So I guess I'll make something like 32 of those. What a nice ingot pile. Too bad you can't have it and craft it too. So I'm gonna take 32 of those. There you go. And 32 stripped logs and make the brass casing out of it. Okay, I guess we just put both on the depot. Nope. How does it work? Brass casing. Oh, okay, we give the ingot to the deployer. Then we put this on the depot. Give this to the deployer. Oh yeah, that goes quick. Sweet. Okay, let's try it again. Alright, 32 mechanical crafters. Time to build the big crafting machine to get the cogwheels. So I guess I'm just gonna set up a 5x5. Although, in the recipe we don't need the corners. I guess I'll remove those right away as well. We don't need them. Then we just make a 5x5 out the corners. And then we need the wrench to connect it somehow. So I've used it before a little bit, but never with such a big thing. Okay, just gotta flip this one if possible. Just gonna place it again. And I need to get a drink. Auto-TerraFirmaCraft. Actually eat as well. But it's like a plenty of good sandwiches. HP is also at 1400 again. Just take it out here. Okay. Weren't we at 1450 or so? Not entirely sure. Basically maxed out all the categories except protein. Okay. Anyway. Let's pick this one up again. Place one. And now all of those arrows should point towards one output. At least that was the case with like the 2x2 or 3x3 crafting recipes. Let's see. Let's go this way and then maybe there. Yeah, we can make this work. Okay, those are down. All of those would just point down. This should also work, right? Okay. I'm not entirely sure. Can we actually just click this stuff in? Oh yeah. I think it was one raw stone in the middle. Oh no, raw, and then planks around. Like this, and filled up the rest with the alloy. Okay. I see it should work and put it out somewhere around here. And now we just need to add some cogs and spin this. Can we jump up there? Okay. I think it doesn't matter where. Have face from this way, it should work. Okay. Couple shafts, like that. It's actually good that it doesn't spin so quickly, so we can actually see it working. One more gearbox. Okay, it's spinning. Also got an advancement, automated assembly. Did I forget one here? Maybe. Okay, that's looking good. What about those? I think it just takes a bit of a detour. Okay, now it goes up. Still looking good to me. I think it's gonna work. And... Yay! There we go. Got two of those crushing wheels. I was wondering, should we use this? We have to set up, make more. Costs a lot of igneous alloy. We would have enough, because I actually, while making a brass, also smelted some cobble. But we're actually out of cobble again. Entirely sure. Let's actually see how much do we have. 42. Or 41. Feel like let's make another pair. We'll probably need it later anyway. And we don't need to set this up anymore. Okay, so one raw stone. Planks and alloy around. Okay, of course you can also later use machines. Basically there's a mechanical armor or something like that. You can also fill all of those slots automatically. And for the bamboo, it's a bit easier. There you just basically connect the mechanical crafters. So you just use your wrench and right click here in the back, and so you got one connected surface in the back. Then it distributes all of the same items to each other. I like the animation of this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, then we can get rid of this. Place the crushing wheels. So they just need to face it. Oh yeah, we actually need to run those basically facing into each other. And then we just throw in the stuff in between, and it would get crushed. Okay, so here we would have the setup, a chest where I put in, for example, the yellow sand. Then a dude puts it basically in between the crushers. The items would then land on the belt, and with the funnel are put into another double chest. Okay, in the back I already put in the gearboxes. Now just need to crawl down and hook this up to the other system. Oh, digging required. And I also can't wait to get the everlasting torches. Digging here below was a bit of a mistake, because spiders can actually spawn under the slabs. We only had torches, we could at least prevent it. Another option, of course, would be to finally properly dig it out and place some blocks that mobs can spawn on. But I'm still really low on building blocks. Actually, for the basement, I'd like to use a bit of polished stone, but it would be really expensive right now. So 2 of the raw stone, which are kind of hard to get, can be turned into 1 polished stone in combination with a bit of mortar. Okay, let's try to hook this up. There's a cork. And gearbox. See if this works. Yep, it's spinning. Then we can run a shaft. Just hope it spins in the right way. And another gearbox. This is so expensive. Okay, it's spinning. Pair of giants. This doesn't mean we set it up correctly. Hopefully. And also the belt runs the right direction. That looks good, but only one is spinning. What is missing? Let's remove this real quick. Oh, it's a normal gearbox. We need a vertical one. And there we go. Now they're also facing each other. Yeah, now if I had some yellow sand, I could actually already make some glowstone dust. Okay, yellow sand. I'm pretty sure you just need to go to the nearest mesa and mine it there. But just for curiosity, is there a way to get it renewably? Sandstone, I think there's also in the mesa. Oh, that's something we can't even make. We can only mine it apparently. But there's also a lot of gravel types you could just throw in there to get the yellow sand. Any chance some of the gravel we have here? Limestone, claystone, limestone, claystone. Oh, so only those 2. And those can be made with the... I think those can be made the dirt route. Claystone, claystone cobble. That can be made out of dirt and heat. Yeah, it's renewable. It's actually really nice to get out of the house. We've been hanging around the base for quite some time now. Okay, to the next mesa it is. And here we are. There's plenty of yellow sand around, but no terracotta. I was actually wondering if we can get terracotta, sort of vanilla terracotta in this. It seems like there is a way. Let's just click on one. And here, terracotta. If you make a clay block and dry it, you can get the terracotta, and then probably also the glazed terracotta. Yes. Okay, so if you want, you can also build with that stuff. But it would be a bit expensive right now. And you would need this bulk blasting, because heating up in the charcoal forge is kind of annoying. Okay, then stick a little pit for the horse. Stay in. And I'd say we definitely want to get maybe a toolbox worth of yellow sand, because there's only a 10% chance we get a glowstone dust if you put a yellow sand into the crusher. And back home actually looks a little bit neat. Getting somewhere. Okay. Got a whole toolbox completely filled with sand. That makes sense. But yeah, in Auto-TerraFirmaCraft it does. Okay, let's put it into the crusher. There we go. Let's also empty it. Did we get anything yet? Nope, not yet. The system should work though. I mean, it's the 10% chance again. There it is. Okay, I was already wondering if the setup is not correct. First for close to dust. Yes. We could also still speed up the crushing wheel. So right now it's at 64 RPM and needs 512 stress units. Could go higher. I actually thought it would need way more at full speed. So I think it's actually the stressometer say we got 2,304 stress units left. So if we run this at full speed, there's actually not a lot of leeway. But I feel like, yeah, we should do it. So I just need to redo the system at the bottom of the cogs again. We need to hook it up to this one instead of here. If we place a cog right there, we can chain it like this. Okay. Do I even have enough to do this right now, maybe? I don't think so. Need to get a couple more. I think I actually got it wrong. It says the system is overstressed, 108%. Maybe it was actually at 32 RPM, and it would need 4,096 stress units. So all I did was, yeah, try to hook it up to the fast system. Could maybe go for 128 then instead. So basically to this one. We had it hooked up here. It's a bit weird. Let's actually check. Does it say again we got 2,000 available? I think I could also borrow the speedometer here real quick. 3,000. Yeah, okay. I know what it is. So each wheel, of course, needs 2,048 running at full speed. So in total 4,096. Yeah, which explains why we overstressed this. Okay, I was thinking in the long run, if we get enough sails, we could actually also make a max-sized windmill out of the bamboo farm. And then just with shafts also try to connect it to this system so we can also supply a couple more stress units to the system here. Okay, but for now, I'm just gonna run it at 128 RPM. And if we need another machine here, then we got a problem. Then we gotta slow down the whole thing again. Okay, it's slightly faster now. So each one needs 1,024 stress units. Let's check. How many do we have available? 1,280. It really depends now. We could probably add one more machine, but some of those actually, like the mechanical press, also need 2,048. Could add another deployer or mixer or so. 112 glowstone dust in total. Okay, so now let's make the proper torches. Finally. I think I got a lot of light sources still in there. Yeah, there we go. And everlasting torch. Yes. Okay, do they even stack to 64? No, 32 still. Okay, since they're quite expensive, I should not just carry them around in my inventory, I feel like. Let's also maybe make some fancy glowstone blocks. Okay. Now it actually matters where I put the torches. Right now I just spammed them. Let's put them into nice spots. Okay, that's much nicer now. Basement is also spider spawn proof again. And I got 20 left. Definitely gonna put those away and just carry around the normal ones. Now that we've taken care of the light problem, let's actually continue with the bamboo to charcoal farm. So first of all, I'm gonna add a couple more sails. So I was able to make 24 more, but then I kinda ran out of igneous alloy. I added a couple of sails until I had 32, because with this amount of sails, the windmill would rotate at 4 RPM. This would be nice because with the setup here with the cogs, you can always double the speed and then get 256, which you would want for the mechanical crafter. But I just realized doing this thing with the cogs kind of works, but it would be so much nicer with the rotation speed controller. So the only thing I wasn't sure the last time if we can do is making, so the brass casing we just made today, that's no problem. But we would also need a precision mechanism. Last time I wasn't sure if you can get molten gold somehow in a spout. I'm pretty sure there is something that allows us to do it, which would be an item drain. So that's another item can easily make. Item drain. Only requires another copper casing and some wrought iron chain mesh. So this one here. We can actually press W to ponder real quick. Yeah, here's the nice explanation from Create Mod. So here it says right click it to pour fluids into the item drain. I'm pretty sure if you would take a mold and have some molten gold in there, and just right click this, we'll have molten gold in the item drain. And then we can hook up pipes in order to pump it out, maybe in a tank or whatever, into that spout. And then we can use it for something. So that's something I would just try. Pretty much all of those fluid blocks need copper. For example, the spout is a copper casing and dried kelp. Then the fluid pipe is a copper rod. The pump, fluid pipe and a cog. So this should be doable. Unfortunately, we're actually running really low on copper. So we have about 36 crushed copper left for ingots and only 2 ingots there. Okay, I think we're just gonna use up the last of our copper here, and we might need to head out after this and get more. Once I'm actually done with the charcoal system, the next thing I'm gonna automate is making those ingots. So right now it's such a pain. Gotta put in crushed copper, take the ingots out of the mold, put the molds back. You can only have 4 in there. It's gonna even use the full charcoal forge because otherwise it would get lost. Yep, it's not a lot of fun right now. I think I have all the required blocks for this now. So I got the item drain, the spout, and a depot below. Now we just need to do the wiring. So we need to use those pipes. And we also need a pump. Okay, so we could do it like this, but this wouldn't look very clean because we still need to add power to this with the cogs somehow. So the cogs that spin here on the side. Oh, wrong way. So next to the pump. Like this, also need to be spun from somewhere. And I was thinking, the setup isn't that nice. Having it above is kind of inconvenient because I want the item drain to be easy to reach. I think we should just move the pipes below. So if you add one here, then add the pump. Is it there? This? Then we can run pipes back up. Can we hook it up to the side like this? No, then we need another pipe. Then we can run it up. Yep, that should work. And I'm one short, of course. And it also connects here. But we can get rid of that problem by just clicking, I think. There is a way of having this face down. I think I need to remove drain for a moment. Click it. And place it again. Okay, now just one short. Okay, last one. And here we also need to use the wrench, I guess. What are those placement rules? I wonder. Okay, this time it worked. Yep. Let's make them all transparent. Place blocks again. This is okay. Then let's go underground to basement. And now we need to add the cog here. I think we don't need to run this at full speed because it doesn't really matter how fast this is. I would just hook it up to a slower one. Ideally, actually, to this one. Don't need it fast at all. How do we do this? Could actually use a big one for a change. Have it on the side. Then run a couple shafts. Nope. Just a gearbox here again. And let's run it over. And another gearbox. Okay. It's spinning. Okay, this also has to face down. You can do it with the wrench. So where the arrow points at is where it's flowing. Then I guess we're ready to try this out. So for this precision mechanism, we need 50 millibuckets of gold and sterling silver sheet. And apparently we have to repeat this whole process 4 times. So I'm just gonna heat up 400 millibuckets of gold and put it into a vessel. As soon as it's molten, I think I'm just gonna run over and click it on the item drain. Can work, shouldn't take long, maybe 10 more seconds. I wonder if we can actually get this to work. This would be so much nicer than having the cogs everywhere. Can weld, danger, sweet. There we go. Could actually heat it up a little bit more in here, just to be safe. Doesn't cool off while we run over. Okay, let's go. And just click it. Oh yeah, molten gold. Does it pump it out though? I think it actually goes rather slowly. Yeah, there it comes. Okay, so the way that it works, only if it actually reaches here, then it will deplete the amount of gold we have in the item drain. Okay, even with the slow speed, it still pumps it in rather quickly. How much SU is this even taking now? Does it show even? Oh, we need to look at the 64 stress units on the pump. This is basically nothing and still quick enough. Okay. Then let's start with making 2 sterling silver sheets. Sterling silver was an alloy. It was silver plus copper. Okay, now we have to give this one the sterling silver sheet, and the deployer gets a cog. There we go. Got an incomplete mechanism. Aha, okay. Then just put it on here. Okay, second step. Then the next one is to give the deployer the brass mechanism. Is he still holding the cogwheel? I think so. Not entirely sure. They actually use those up. I think it actually uses those up. Oh no! And we gotta do this 4 times. Okay, and then I gotta get more of those brass mechanisms. I think I still have 5 left. And that's 1. And let's combine it into a rotation speed controller. Okay, so what we can do with this one is fine-tune the speed we want. If you use shift even to an exact RPM value. But we probably want something like 32. Okay, so in order to use it, you just need to add a large cogwheel here on top. And I need the gearbox. Is this a vertical one? Yeah, not a normal one. Okay, and then I can turn this on. Oops. Empty hand. Let's turn it on. So you can see right now it's at 4 RPM. And it's at 32 now. And I can adjust the speed up to 256. So yeah, way more compact than all of those large cogwheels. And now I can easily add sails and get something like 5 RPM and turn it into 256, for example. Now I can also finally continue with the assembly line I had planned. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is basically craft bamboo into sticks, but I'm pretty sure the mechanical crafter, even running it at full speed, won't be able to handle this amount of bamboo. So we could add some tunnels to the system to split them up. Okay, so I'm gonna add a couple belts. And I already crafted those brass tunnels. You can just place them here on top. Like this. So the items will go in from one side and then go out from 3 outputs on the other side. If I had my wrench, you could also adjust the mode. So there's different types of splits you can do. Just gonna do round robin. So one item there, there, and then starts over. Okay, next we need the mechanical crafters. Guess we can put them here. And then we need, yeah, the funnel again to put the items into the mechanical crafter. Okay. Just gotta figure this out. Guess it's gonna look like this. Here, funnel outputs on the other side. And then we need shafts again, which I'm out of. Oh my god. Do I actually need to mine some raw stone now? I guess I do. Back to the copper mine it is, so I was running low on that stuff anyway. Okay, got a good amount of copper again, and 66 raw dacite, and a couple dacite cobble blocks, so we can also make magma again. Okay, I'm actually wondering, what do we need the millstone for if we have those big crushers? Pretty much all of the recipes work with both. Which one is quicker? Let's see. We both put in maybe 2 stacks. Is there any difference? How can we even tell? This goes so quick. Crushing wheel is definitely quicker. Okay. Yeah, I think I just answered my question. This is so quick. Oh god, look how fast they're incoming! And it's not even running at full speed. So 64 more raw stone, I was able to make 60 more shafts and was able to continue building the assembly line. But at this point I'm down to actually 23 shafts again. He really burns through that stuff. Okay, here you can also see one issue I had in the beginning. All the belts were going the wrong way. And we still don't have the gear shift. This is basically just a single block that can just reverse the direction of a shaft. But it requires a single piece of redstone dust, which I don't have at all. But luckily we got our rotation speed controller, which in our case can also act as a more expensive gear shift, because we can just scroll it into the negative and change direction as well. Then all the belts are going the right way. Okay, so we take out bamboo out of the item vault. Then we split it up into 3 different bamboo to stick mechanical crafters. Then we got a big item vault here again to collect all the sticks. Then we got another belt that feeds the stick into the 3x3 crafter to get the stick bunches. There we go, got one again. And then it's put onto a really slow belt, because after all of this I slow down the process by I think 4 times, because we don't need the high speed anymore. Here we make the stick bundles, really don't need it, because it requires a lot of stress units. And additionally the fans we need next also actually don't need the high speed at all. So the stick bundles are then put in another belt and then dropped via chute onto this block here. And then the next thing we do is we need a permanent fire. That's why I placed down a magma block. There we go. So all of the stick bundles that are dropped here will be converted into wooden ash with the hot air. And for the conversion of the items, the speed of the fan doesn't matter at all. The only thing that would change if we increase the speed of the fan and also use more stress units would be, one dropped, would be that the items are blown up quicker and the air reaches further. Okay, there we got the wood ash now. I think in the next step I'm just gonna add another belt, then we transfer it up and drop it again in front of another fan that washes the wooden ash. And then we have a 20% chance to turn it into charcoal. It's actually also interesting, the wood ash is a really good fertilizer, phosphor and potassium. Alright, the water is coming. So the water is supposed to flow down here. I think actually I could place a block there. So completely running out of building blocks, like those desert bricks I was using there, yeah, completely out of. Okay, so yeah, the items coming from this fan will drop down and get blown over by the other fan, and then we just need to place down our chest. Do we have one? Unfortunately not. Yeah, and pick up the charcoal. You already made one. I had one more rotation speed controller, so even if we manage to speed this up, it's gonna stay at 4 RPM here. What I already can say, we definitely need to make this faster to match the bamboo production. We still got a lot of items on the ground. They're not getting picked up because all the chests are filled up. Okay, apart from that, I think this is actually super satisfying. Create mode is actually a lot of fun. There's a lot more things we can do with it later. It's crazy how good this is. Really enjoying it so far. See? So far we got 7 fully automatic charcoal. Yeah, not a lot, but still hoping to make this 4 times faster. Then, I mean, if you get like 30 or 60 or something in that range per hour, gonna be around the base a lot anyway. I think for now this is enough. But yeah. Super good. Okay, hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did playing. Thanks guys for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.